So you've been in the diaspora for quite a while now, and you've seen a gap in the market and you're eager to start a business. And then you go ahead and start it, only to fail over and over again. Now, that was also part of my story. I saw so many opportunities of making money back home in Zimbabwe after living in the UK. But the issue was, every time I thought of making money, there was a bottleneck. So what would happen is I would spend so much time sending money back home and hoping that, something would work out. Sometimes it would be a situation where someone comes to you, a family member, a friend, and they would say, I would like to start a project. You send the money, and then pretty much nothing comes out of it. So this trend only works in a one-way stream. So as you can see here, and now it could be that you are in the United States, South Africa, wherever it is. I mean, if you're the diaspora. So it doesn't really matter here. I've just put the flags just for demo purposes. Okay, so it's a one-way stream, meaning the money is going in one direction. When it comes to the money going back to you, or at least being reinvested in the business, well, that never exists. The issue is the middleman. So this is where things get very exciting, because as you can see here, this is the part that is really a problem, because chances are the relatives or someone you're trying to partner with does not really have a good grasp of business, and they don't really understand what you have to go through to work for that money to be available. So which leads me now to the next point. And this is very important because you need to be in total control of the money. Now, what I mean by that is, if you're going to run a business, at least you handle the money and then everything else gets handled over there back home in Zimbabwe, or even the other way around. And you may be asking me, so how the hell can we make this work? And this is the question that I've been asking myself for many, many years. How do I create a business that benefits people back home, but gives me the ability of controlling the money first without the money going back home? So I thought about it for many, many, many years, and I couldn't really come up with a solution. I mean, many years ago, it could be that the payment processing wasn't there yet, and then later on PayPal came in, and there was still that doubt of this might not work. But the answer to setting up a business that connects you to, let's say, your home country is to have a website. And I'll explain in more detail how this works. So the website actually becomes the entity that collects the money through online payments. So if you use Stripe or you use Razorpay, PayPal, or whatever it is, that is where the money is captured. So I'll give you an example of a business that would work that way. Let's say you're selling car parts, all right? And these car parts are from the UK and you're selling them to Zimbabwe. What would happen is, someone here in the UK would go online to your website, purchase the product, and then you deliver it back home. Or the other way around, someone in Zimbabwe finds your website, they see the parts they want, they purchase them, and then you deliver. But all the money is being captured where? On your website. Now, this is a breakthrough idea because, I've done this a few times and it has worked really, really well, because I've designed websites back home, and right now I'm in the process of setting up other businesses. I like talking about the businesses once they're up and running, for obvious reasons. So you may be asking me, so what sort of businesses can these be that could connect you to your home country or whatever it is? So let's start with an Airbnb. Now, I've seen a few people with places back home. So the one way you could actually make this work for you is you would have a website. Now, this website will have a booking form and also a way of taking the payments online. So once a customer comes, they go on your website, they fill in all the information, they do the booking, they get a confirmation email. That email gets sent to your guy on the ground to let them know that on such and such a date, someone will be coming, get the place ready. In the meantime, you've handled the money. So this is actually better than someone going to your Airbnb in Zimbabwe and then they make a payment there on the ground. This is what we're saying doesn't really work. So this is the actual solution. So why is this even better to operate it through the website? Well, it could be that you've retired and now you're in Zimbabwe, but you want to keep your money on your account in the UK for obvious reasons. So they would make a payment, the money goes into your online bank account in the UK, And pretty much you can, just do online banking to get your money whenever you need it, whether it's via Mukuru or via, all these online payment systems. So this is where the advantage is. So you're killing two birds with one stone here. You are, first of all, handling the money yourself, and also you are saving this money into an account which is solid and does not have any issues, even locally in your home country. So you would only take that money whenever you need it. So the website is handling all that heavy work. Another example is a shipping company. So the shipping company will handle the booking. It will also have the customer database, the payment processing, and also the email managing. Now, with this, you can even go a step further and give quotations and tracking. Okay, let's talk about car parts. I know I touched a little bit on this. Now, I drive a Discovery 3, and majority of the parts are either from South Africa, or in my case, I would prefer to buy them from the UK because they're a bit pricey from South Africa. And in the UK, I can pretty much buy what I want depending on the quality that I want. And I know what I'm buying. So let's say someone is interested in buying these car parts. Maybe it's BMW or it's Mercedes. These are parts like sensors, computer boxes, and so on. You can list them on your website. Someone purchases them from Zimbabwe, you deliver, right? Payment is done, and then you deliver the product. Again, this is a very good option because you can list all your products. There is a customer database. There's also a payment processing done on your own website, and also email management. Now, I'm going through all these because these are business ideas that you could actually go into, or perhaps maybe you are already doing it, but you're doing it manually. So another way is you could use an e-commerce store. You can buy products, put them on your website, and then sell them. As people are ordering, you deliver them. But again, we're always going to come back to the point where the money stays and it is processed on your website. Consultancy, again, for those of you who do consultancy work, again, you can be paid online. Even if you are in Zimbabwe, you get paid online, your money stays in your online bank account. Online education and training, same thing, you can also do the same. I've just listed a few companies, a few business types, but of course there's more and more business types that you can actually go into where the payment is done online. So the question now is, okay, these websites obviously cost quite a lot of money to create, and it's a big challenge. Well, I have a business where I am now hosting websites, and the really good thing about this is, as I'm hosting these websites, I am going to be doing a promotion where I'm going to take the first, say, 20 websites, and I am going to design these websites, but you have to commit to taking on my web hosting services. So you are going to have a website which will have all these features. Now, these websites, in fact, the last two websites I charged £3,500, £4,000 for these websites, which have similar functionality as what I have listed here. So these websites are quite expensive. They're not your normal websites which have the home, about us, services, pages. No, those websites are called static websites. They are very cheap. You can design them yourselves. But these type of websites I'm talking about, they are more advanced because they are dynamic. They are working for you without you really putting in any input. So if someone comes on your website, they're making bookings, they're canceling the bookings, they're taking payments, they're sending confirmation emails. So all the heavy lifting is done by the website. And these websites are quite expensive, especially if they are really doing all the work that they're supposed to do. So these are the websites that I'll be designing for you, but on condition that you take up on my web hosting service. And the reason I'm doing this is just to build my portfolio initially. Now, the good news is if you sign up for this and we agree, I will be showcasing these websites on this channel. So I'll be talking about these websites and the progress, and also, of course, when the website is complete, we all celebrate and we can help each other to, with the services that, whoever it is that has taken on this service is doing. So for example, let's say someone is doing a shipping business and I happen to have an agreement with them and their website is online. Then the really good thing is, as I'm showcasing that website, people will know what the website is and therefore will start taking on your shipping services. And just like the Airbnb, the car pass, the e-commerce store, and so on. So this is a great opportunity. So I know you may be asking, so Okay, what experience do you have for you to be designing this website? Is it another scam? Well, I've been in this business for about 15 years. I've actually ran a design agency. Right now, I'm working as a marketing consultant, and I'm also an educator. I have another channel where I teach people how to design websites, so I know what I'm talking about. And I've actually worked with a company for more than 5 years that produces the software to design these websites. Okay, so all that information is online. This is not just me saying it. So I have quite a lot of experience in this, but my new business venture now is to provide hosting, web hosting services. Now, I know there's a lot of hosting companies out there that charge, let's say, $2 per month. Now, that's cheap hosting. That's hosting for static websites. The type of hosting that I'm providing is hosting for proper businesses. And this is hosting which provide backups. You'll have full support. If you don't have any knowledge on how to design websites, you don't have to worry about that because all that will be covered on your hosting plan. So I am going to leave a link in the video description below. The first 20 people. Now, I want people who are serious about business because when it comes to the hosting service, I'm positioned as a professional hosting provider. This is for mid-sized businesses. So this is not your cheap hosting. We want you to take on this service if you are serious about business. Don't go into this if you're someone who just wants a website designed, okay? So you need to be someone who is passionate about your business, who is really serious about your business, because the hosting services are going to be $20 per month. And depending on the traffic that you're getting on the website, this may go even up. Okay, but the idea is the business that you have needs to make the money or needs to cover at least the money for the hosting. So for example, if you are doing a website, let's say it's Airbnb, at least if you are having, let's say 3, 4, 5, even 10 bookings, it's much easier because then it's not really painful to pay the $20 per month for your website. This is why I'm really emphasizing the point that this is for business people, because the hosting service that I'm providing is also competing with other companies which are charging even more than this for the same service. So this is me starting my web hosting business. It's going to also be covering companies in Zimbabwe because I noticed that there's quite a few companies there that are hosted by the services there, but they're not very fast, they're very slow, and this can impact anyone who wants to do business online. So my business is going to be launching very soon, but this is an entry level, or rather a promotion for the first 20 businesses. And like I said, this is a great opportunity because you are going to save a lot of money designing your website from scratch. So head over to the link in the video description below and fill in the questionnaire, and then let's take it up from there. And I think this is going to be really fun because we are going to be talking about these businesses, talking about the experiences of running an online business or running your business from the diaspora back home or running it from back home and over here. And also bear in mind that this is also a solution to those of you that want to retire and still make your money. So if you're making your money and it's going into the UK bank account, that's a massive advantage. So anyway, let me know what you guys think. If you have any more questions regarding this service, let me know in the comments box below and I'll do my best to respond to them. Until next time, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.